This episode of Fertile Talks is sponsored by ilmeds.co, an international mail order pharmacy specializing in fertility medications. If you're looking to save significantly on your fertility treatments without compromising on quality, ilmeds.co is an excellent choice, offering up to 80% of retail prices. And as a special offer to our listeners, use the code FT24 at checkout to receive a $50 discount on your order. For your convenience, you can find a link to their website in the episode show notes. Thank you, and let's get started. Welcome to Fertile Talks, the global podcast celebrating the diversity of fertility journeys. I'm your host, Dr. Yemi Famuyiwa. Whether you're just starting or simply curious, this is your safe space. In each episode, we will bring you expert insights, heartfelt personal stories, and the latest in reproductive health. Our goal is to break down barriers, tackle stigma, and provide support and hope. So, whether you're in the Americas, Africa, or Asia, Fertile Talks is your companion on the path to parenthood. Thank you for tuning in and welcome to Fertile Talks. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Famuyiwa, and today we have an exciting topic for Fertile Talks. So, let's ask, what happens when your own body, attacks your thyroid? That's what we're going to be talking about. Specifically, we're going to be talking about something called Hashimoto's thyroiditis, right? It's a hidden struggle with fertility. So sometimes you have patients who struggled with getting pregnant, or maybe they had several failed transfers and no answers to why that is happening. And then you start looking around and investigating these patients and discover there's something off with their thyroid, right? So let's talk about this form of thyroid disease called Hashimoto's. It's a very common, overlooked condition that is autoimmune. Autoimmune meaning your own body, your own immune system that's supposed to protect it is now latching on, turning against the thyroid. And it's very common in women of reproductive age, right? So it's usually goes undetected in the very early years. And it's usually caused by antibodies that are produced by the body. There are some called the thyroid peroxidase, TPO antibodies, that tend to attack the thyroid and impair the ability of the thyroid gland to produce the hormones that is required of it, such as your T4 or T3. It's very more prevalent in women, I would say, 5 to 10 times more prevalent in women than in men. And it does lead to problems with an hormonal imbalance and can affect menstrual regularity, ovulation, and in some worst case scenarios may cause miscarriages. Now, even if there's a subclinical form of it, meaning it's not very overt, it still can affect fertility by causing poor egg quality or poor ovulation, such as women not ovulating each month. Those women may have a high TSH level. TSH is the brain signal to the thyroid to make thyroid hormones. So when the thyroid is not producing enough, the brain signal turns off, the TSH turns off, so that skyrockets. And that's the first thing you may detect, right? Usually in some of these patients, there may be a history of thyroid problems in like their mother or sister or an aunt. So you might sometimes get a clinical picture that someone in their family may have had it before or it happened anew. And usually what happens is the funny part about Hashimoto's thyroiditis is some of these antibodies, they don't initially shut down the thyroid gland. They may actually just stimulate and produce an overproduction of the gland. So they get a phase where they have a hyperthyroid episode of it, where they get palpitations. Sometimes they may be confused for other diseases. But these attack on the thyroid causes an inflammation in the thyroid gland itself, right? And the thyroid is over responding, just pumping out hormones like crazy. But there are also some antibodies that can actually suppress the thyroid gland, or the thyroid is so inflamed, eventually, and it's overproducing, eventually it kind of like burns out. So then you go into the hypothyroid phase of the disease, in which the thyroid is just not able to make any more of the hormones required of it. And in this case, the patients may need supplementation with thyroid hormones such as synthroid to help them replace this missing thyroid gland. So the dose for the dose used, if you're using levothyroxine, synthroid, whatever, it's individualized, and you have it monitored and tailored to your symptoms. But the key takeaway is that it's usually not detected early enough, and it can mimic other things. And patients may suffer for a little while before they get a correct diagnosis that can help them and improve their chances of successfully getting pregnant and carrying to term. So if you've had any of the symptoms I mentioned, or if you're curious about this, talk to your doctor and have them do a complete thyroid workup, including the antibodies for it. As always, if you have found our little talks to be helpful, please like, share, and subscribe, and send it to a friend who may be in need. As always, this is Dr. Famuyiwa from Montgomery Fertility Center. Thank you for tuning in to Fertile Talks. We hope today's episode has provided you with valuable insights and support for your fertility journey. Remember, you are not alone. Now, if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, please simply leave us a comment. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe with a friend. Your ratings, your shares, and your reviews are greatly appreciated, and is going to help us serve more of our listening audience. Thank you once again. This is Dr. Famuyiwa.